Hello and welcome to BOI Weekly. In October 2016, the Bank of Industry and the Benue State government established a special 2 billion naira counterpart fund. The matching fund was aimed at boosting the entrepreneurial potential of micro, small and medium enterprises in the state by lending to businesses that have high employment generation potential and can add value to local raw materials. Today, we showcase two businesses that have benefited from that partnership. One, a medium enterprise, is in the automotive industry, while the other is a micro enterprise in the food processing sector. Auto 360 has become a household name in auto repairs, not just in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, but also in the entire North Central region. They provide a long range of services across the local car maintenance industry. On the other hand, Atetan Cooperative Society, Boko, has been able to increase its Gaari production capacity as a result of support from the BOI Benue State Government Fund to acquire cassava processing machines. I am Kaide Alayande. We have details in a moment. Auto 360 Nigeria Limited is a leading auto service and auto repair company in Nigeria. Through the support of the Bank of Industry, their workshop, located in the heart of Makurdi, Benue State, is equipped with a wide array of state-of-the-art machines and modern technologies which enable them resolve complex automobile problems and carry out a wide variety of car-related maintenance services. Their bouquet of offerings include, but is not limited to, diagnostics, repairs, servicing, enhancement, vulcanizing, and painting, just to name a few. According to the MD-CEO of Auto 360 Limited, Mr. Paul Ubwa, his first encounter with the Bank of Industry was through a sponsored television program like this one. He was inspired by how the BOI supported other businesses. He decided to record and dial the contact details provided on the show, and the rest is history.
I watched a program on the national television, and I saw how you met the needs of other people, financed them, and they were doing well. And I thought I should make contact with finance as well. That's why I went to BOI. I didn't know anybody. I just applied, I saw the address, and I applied. And the BOI contacted me, and the process started.
Every repair that we have has
the operational manager at Auto 360 provides a tour of the facility and shares how the Bank of Industry's intervention has helped increase their capacity.
My name is David Osu. I'm the workshop manager for Auto 360. It's a beautiful place we're trying to build up, and with the kind of funding we have received from BOI, we're going places. People will begin to see that is actually a 360-degree touch when they bring their vehicles here for repairs and maintenance. Actually an engine repair bed. That's where all of the vehicles, when engines are taken off, come to. It's from stripping it down to putting it back in shape. And all of them go through certain stages. First they go through some stage of cleaning, and then they go to some stage of dismantling. And you dismantle, take out dust and all of the other particles that are on them, and then take out parts. So you find out where the problem is, whether with the rings or with the connecting rods or with the top gasket, whatever the problem may be inside. And then once that is done, it moves from dismantle to machine shop. Machine shop does all of the other machining of the block and all the other parts, top cylinder that need machining, and then it comes back here for assembly. Once it's here for assembly, it's assembled together to specification with all of the materials that we require. All of this is kept clean because there are drain cans under. So whatever fluid is collected up here goes down into the drain cans, and then it's siphoned out of the workshop for storage in drums like that beyond here. So everything you see here is a repair bed for engines at different stages. This is just being stripped completely, and it will have to go for machining. And once it goes to machining and comes back, then they begin to assemble it and couple it. This is finished. It needs to be fitted back on the vehicle.
Some of the facilities installed at the Auto 360 workshop include vehicle lifts, air compressor, jack stands, oil drain and caddy, battery charger and jumper, engine hoist, air conditioning machine, press, transmission jack and lots more. It's about providing a holistic service.
The desire is that every vehicle that comes here has a 360-degree touch. So you can look completely at all of it, from suspension to tires and wheels, all of the way down to the engine underneath and the transmission. And you can do every kind of repair just as easy as you will have it done. Because if you don't have it that way, then you're lying down at some point doing some job, you get greasy, you get back inside the car, you stay in the car. It's actually a 360-degree touch to have the car on the hoist, and then to do all of the repair that you want to do as easy as you can do that. And that's all because BOI funded. These things are not as cheap as they will be, but you get funding so you can do some purchases and increase your capacity in terms of the turnaround of vehicles that you can repair at every given time. So it covers down to the small details you cannot see easily when you're not standing under the car and instead lying down. Every little details, brake pipes, fuel tank, suspension, everything is clear, and the picture is clear, and the vehicles are easier to repair once you are in that position.
One of the key areas where the Bank of Industry's intervention was deployed is the state-of-the-art spray booth. ABEL WUSU is in charge of installation, production, fabrication and maintenance.
We are at the spray booth. Before BOI fundings, we had to manually work on these vehicles and we spray the vehicles manually. But since we got the BOI funding, we've been able to purchase a spray booth, which does not only enhance the spraying of the vehicles, but also takes care of the baking process. And also it ensures the safety of the technical people working on it. Here you can see, we even have a vehicle that has just been sprayed and baked. You can see what we have here. And the design of this thing has taken care of all the safety conditions. You see that it recycles whatever that we have inside. The airs come through these vents. They are discharged from top, and then it recycles it, filters whatever that has been here that is toxic to human being, takes it out, and then sends in fresh air. When all of that is done, the system goes to another process of baking. And you can see from this vehicle now, it's one of the products that we have here that has been sprayed. If they are done without this kind of facility, you see that the finishing is not so excellent. But because it's done in this kind of facility, the finishing is quite excellent. Many a times, vehicles that have been worked here, when they go out, it's hard to tell the difference from what we have done here and what has been done by the original manufacturers.
The company also has a unique equipment that helps ensure that the workshop is kept in a most comely and sanitary condition.
You hardly find a workshop with this kind of floor around the country at this time. Well, we've decided to have it this excellent, get state-of-the-art floor for the workshop, and then to keep it clean, we got this. It's motorized, so it helps to keep the workshop clean.
To enable them carry out the most efficient service, Auto 360 decided to deploy the BOI intervention to areas of their business where they are able to serve their customers better. Auto 360 is not only equipped with the relevant equipment, they have a team of highly competent technical staff to provide their customers the best service, whether it's a small, medium, executive or luxury automobile.
Increased diagnostic tools for all of these vehicles. This is like a Mercedes-Benz G550. The tools to work on this are completely different. We'll be able to accomplish this because of the funding. Other vehicles, the Fords, the Mercedes-Benzes, the newest of the Lexuses and the Toyotas can all be fixed because you have diagnostic capacity to look at them. Those are very high-end cars that require a lot of both technical competence and a lot of know-how to be able to fix them, especially with diagnostic equipment. Every repair that we have has a team of qualified technicians properly trained like that, doing the jobs that they need to do. And every time that you have one, you have to get the car fixed. These people are doing their best. For every single car, it goes through the diagnostic stage, the repair stage, and then the health check stage. So that when it leaves the workshop, it leaves in healthy condition, the customer is happy, pays you money, business is fine.
Auto 360 in Makurdi, BENUE State is also now positioned to solve some of the most relevant challenges in the auto repair industry, especially in reducing the turnaround time for repairs by maintaining a robust spare parts inventory, all made possible by the Bank of Industry.
It holds a lot of capacity for spare parts, the ones that we're buying and installing on the vehicles, and it can be damn expensive to stock every part that you will require. So normally you just stock what you need based on the demand that comes, but increased funding will increase the capacity that you have here. Buying all of the spare parts for Toyotas, for Lexus, for Mercedes-Benz, for all of the kind of vehicles that we fix. Most of the tools that we got are those special tool areas, tools that you don't use every time. And then of course computers to be able to do all of the work that is required here. BOI financed all of those purchases also.
The MD CEO is immensely grateful for the intervention as it has created the opportunity for the company to serve car owners and create jobs.
With the help of this fund, we have everything that we need now to run the workshop smoothly. So we're glad and we're happy for BOI for what you are doing to help certain industries, to help us grow, and to create employment. We have employed quite a number. The team behind me here, there are some of our engineers that are working here. And through this funding, we have more equipment and we've employed more people.
Next, we head to another business supported under the Bank of Industry BENUE State's counterpart funding. This time, it's a cooperative society involved in processing cassava, churning out several bags of Gaari on a daily basis. According to the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA, Nigeria is the world's largest producer of cassava, with virtually all states of the country producing the commodity. Thus, cassava production and processing is a vital contributor to the Nigerian economy. But earning the undisputed title of the food basket of the nation Benue State is one of the largest producers of the cash crop in Nigeria. Cassava production is well developed in Benue State and has processing techniques for food products as well as cattle feed. With more than 40 cassava varieties in use, there are several thousands of processing centers for the commodity in the region, with fabricating enterprises set up across the landscape. But whether it's cassava cultivation, processing or fabrication of relevant processing machines and equipment, or sale of one of its major derivatives, Gaari, there's so much money to be made in the entire value chain. Mindful of the economic importance of cassava, the Benue State government and the Bank of Industry chose to extend part of their 2 billion naira counterpart funding to the processing of cassava into Gaari. Mr. Joseph Atetan is the president of Atetan Cooperative Society in Doko, Benue State. He's been able to multiply his Gaari processing capacity, and here he proudly shows off production items acquired through the BOI Benue State Fund.
This is a cassava that has been peeled, ready for grinding. Then from here after that's ready for grinding, this is a grinding machine. This is a grinding machine. This is electric grinding machine. Then this is a manual one. Then from there, this is the manual jack. And this is the hydraulic jack. This is the manual sheet we have here. And this is the fryers. We have about 3 fryers there. 1, 2, and 3.
He recounts how he came about the intervention.
The state government advertised on the radio that there's a bank that is now available in Benue State. That all the business people, who wants to go into business should come and apply for the loan, which the state government gave about counterpart fund to the Bank of Industry, so that they want the people of Benue State to go out to the bank and acquire their loan so that they start their business. That is why when I heard over the radio, then I saw it and I said, okay, what is happening now? What the government is doing now is rare. So I went in.
Mr. Atetan admits the process of getting the loan is thorough, but the end justifies the means.
No, I didn't know anybody. When I went there, I didn't know anybody. I know that nobody even took me there. I only went myself and applied. They gave me the loan. They gave me that form from the Ministry of Trade and Industry. I filled the form. They sent me to the consultant. After the consultant, after flirting with the consultant, then I went to the Bank of Industry. From there, I started pursuing the loan.
For the Benue State government and the Bank of Industry, it's about creating jobs, alleviating poverty and empowering the people. Mr. Atetan describes the impact of the intervention on not just his business, but also his community.
That's helped us so much. You see what is happening here now. See people around me, see what they're doing their work now. People that are bringing their cassava, people are going out now to cultivate cassava now. They come and process Gaari. So that's what is happening now. Before the loan, we have a manual fryer we normally have. We just put it around a small pot around here, about 2 or 3 people, like my wife. We'll be doing it here, just manually, small. Like, until when Bank of Industry came and saw that we were doing it in a very small, they say, okay, they have to encourage me. So that let me carry it from there. So that is why today I'm here now.
Even though life is a lot better now for Mr. Atetan, the new level comes with obvious new challenges, chief of which is power supply. He calls for more government support.
You know, when it's rainy season, Gaari normally drop. People don't normally do Gaari so much in rainy season. As it is now, it will start around November or October. Sometimes they will take light, because the one they gave me, the cassava grater, they use electric light on it. Sometimes they take light, and somebody will bring cassava and I will not be able to grind in. So these are the challenges I'm facing. Firewood. I was facing challenge of firewood because you can't use it without firewood.
Gaari is a staple food in most parts of Nigeria, Benue State inclusive. This widens the scope and spread of Mr. Ateten's market base.
I don't know if I want to sell this Gaari. Now I have to take it to the rural market. Now I can take it to you or let's say. But people that normally bring their own here, they bring their cassava here. I peel it, I grind it, and I jack it for them. Then I fry it. After frying, they take it to their various homes.
The customer also has a word of advice and encouragement for those who may have doubts about approaching the bank of industry.
We encourage them that they should go to the bank of industry and have that mind that what they are doing, they must surely get it.
As we have seen on the program today, in the case of Benue State, the Bank of Industry executes matching funds based on partnerships with state governments across the country. These funds are targeted at cooperatives, enterprises, and limited liability companies engaged in manufacturing and agro-processing. These funds usually would have a single obligor limit of 50 million naira and interest rates that range from between 5 and 10%. To know more about the BOI matching funds or how to benefit, especially if your state is covered, visit any of the BOI branches closest to you or log on to their website at boi.ng. But remember, you can apply for BOI loans online by simply downloading the BOI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. Previous editions of the show are always on youtube.com. All you have to do is type BOI Weekly in the search area, and there you go. Please feel free to tweet at me at KAY Alayande for further inquiries. And that will be our show for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.